What's good, y'all? So I don't really know exactly what I'm gonna title this video, but it's gonna be something along the lines of respect your elders, but question them. You know, respect your elders, but don't be afraid to question them as well. Because a lot of people say like, "I'm your father, I'm your mother, don't question me." Why not? Because I live under that principle. It's a how well do you know a subject? How well do you know something if you can't teach it to somebody else? you know so like when oftentimes when we're dealing with our parents, great or grandparents, great grandparents, even uncles, aunties, cousins, nieces, nephews, whatever, it's like we're talking to them, but we're speaking from a place of just emotion and with absolutely no logic. I'm your father, so don't question me. I'm your grandpa, so you shouldn't be asking me these questions. Why not? You are supposed to, you as the older people, you as our predecessors, whatever, are supposed to be teaching us. And I have a question. So you should be able to provide me with the answers. And if you've been disciplining me with a certain type of rigid standpoint, and then I'm saying, well, why did you do that? And then you can't give me an answer. Well, then that's gonna have me really questioning you. Like, wait a minute. So you grounded me, you spanked me, you did X, Y, Z in the third, and you don't even know why you did it. So you got me going to this, and this is why, like, us young people, see, we're going on a random tangent there. Screw that train of thought. So, like, that's why us young people, we need to get back to respect, because we are now living in this world where we live in a world that's full of information. Everything that we want to know is at our fingertips. You know what I'm saying? Turn on your computer, turn on your phone, type in Google, you can find you an answer. That's why so many of us are breaking away from organized religion. That's why so many of us are breaking away from the 9-to-5s. That's why so many of us are breaking away from the way that our families have been doing things, because we have so much information out there. We can see how many different ways of life there are. And we're like, wait a minute, why can't we do that? Because that's not right. That's not the way that we've been doing things. Well, why do we do things like that? Because that's just the way it is. That's not a good enough answer for me. And what we as young people do is that, once again, spiritually speaking, we're in the age of Aquarius. So there's like, we're in the age of truth. And with this truth, we are using it to now kind of rebel. And sometimes we take this rebellion we rebel against the wrong people. Yeah, sure, you can go against the grain of the way your family's been doing things for a while. That's perfectly fine. I'm all for it. But you shouldn't be making your family the enemy as well. You see what I'm saying? They're your family. There's a reason why you were born into that family. I personally believe that you choose your parents. At the soul level, you pick your parents. I believe that. Some people have the hardest time believing that, because they can't get outside of this physical reality and how their parents treated them and such and such. I would never pick my parents. You know what they did to me? At the soul level, that level of pain, that doesn't exist. That's a lesson for me to learn. I'm going to spawn in there, using video game terms. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to be born into that family that's poor, because if I spawn into this family of being poor, then I'm going to be like, wait a minute, something's going to wake up in me and say, I don't want to be like them anymore. I'm going to go be wealthy. You see what I'm saying? So people will agree and disagree on that, but nevertheless. So with all this new information that we have, we look at our parents and we look at them as slow. We look at them as dumb. We look at them as complacent. And don't get me wrong, I'm speaking from personal experience, where I'd be like, guys, come on, like, just type in Google how to do something and then do it. You know what I'm saying? But they live in the age where if you don't know how to do something, you call somebody, which is something that we as young people really do need to get back to. You feel me? It's that we have all these new little gadgets and gizmos, but we have like literally forgotten how to call people up on the phone and be like, hey, yo, you know how to do such and such? I'm struggling with X, Y, and Z. This is something that I myself can really benefit from, because I've been slowly, reaching out to people when I don't know things. Hey, yo, what does this mean? Hey, how do you, oh, word? Okay, cool. But we live in this world where if Google doesn't tell it to us, we'll just sit there like, I don't know. And that's something that we can remember. We can learn from the past. There are real people around us that have a different set of skills. And that's something that our predecessors were really good at utilizing, that we as young people aren't. Think about it. It's like, I know that there was depression and that type of stuff, but I don't think it was as rampant, or maybe it was just misdiagnosed back in the day, but nevertheless, it's like, I think there was less depression. I could be completely wrong about that. I'm just talking, sharing thoughts out here, because they talked to one another. That was their default. And now we have all these young kids that think they know everything, but then they don't know how to socialize anymore. So they're over here like, oh my God, you're living your life on the internet, and all this type of stuff. Your parents giving you advice, you ignore it, but then you're living your life on the internet, living your life vicariously through all these Instagram models, these rich people, these rappers, these celebrities, these athletes, all that type of stuff. But then you yourself are sad and you don't know why. Because you're not having any real world experiences. The same way that our parents and grandparents lived is something that's completely foreign to you. But you look at them as if they're dumb, they're slow. But they're a lot happier. They're married. Some of them, we're using the good examples here. They're married. They've been through relationships, and you're like a little incel sitting in your room. You see what I'm saying? So you're sitting here judging them, but look at you. You see what I'm saying? It's like, so yes, we have a family tree. The main body of the tree is our predecessors. Let's just like make it very simple. The main body of our tree is our predecessors, right? And then we branch off as our young people because we have this new information. It's like, wait, I don't want to go down this route that y'all were going through, so I'm going to go this way. You know what I'm saying? And I'm going to go see what's going on over there. But every branch is connected to the body of the tree. You see what I'm saying? And a lot of people are like embarrassed of their past. Whether your whole lineage was a whole bunch of poor people, a whole bunch of poor farmers. A lot of people are embarrassed of that. Oh my gosh, I don't want people to know about that poor side of me. I don't want people to know about the gypsy side of me. I don't want people to know about the hood side of me. I don't even want, some people are ashamed of their wealth. I don't want people to know I come from that family. Why? All of that is a part of you. So why are you hiding that? Why are you completely disregarding everything that your predecessors did for you, whether they did it consciously or you were just a fortunate byproduct of all of their behaviors? Oh, I was born on accident. My parents didn't plan me. And you're here. And that's why I asked the question, are you going to sit there and dwell on it, or are you going to reflect on it? You know what I'm saying? There's a reason why all of that happened for you. That's why I said we need to be a lot more grateful, because whether you're proud of them or you're ashamed of your predecessors, they did what they had to do, and now you're here. You have life because of the way that they lived. So you can sit here and dwell on the past mistakes of everybody because you're making your own mistakes right now, Or you could be like, okay, this is what they did. What am I going to do to fix this? Because a lot of us don't realize that we are supposed to be the ones that break the generational curses. We're supposed to break the chains of sickness, poverty, all that type of stuff. We're supposed to break that chain. But when you fall into it, and when you fall into the same bad habits as them, then that's your fault. Every new generation is a reset button. But this is where we, it got to put some criticisms on them. On the past. That's why I say question them as well. The things that they've been disciplining us with, the things that they've been downloading into our brains, a lot of them don't even know why they believe in what they believe. Once again, I'm not trying to go back in time and change people's beliefs and stuff, but that's why I love talking to my grandma. Hi Granny, shout out to grandma, because one of the things that she loves to do is learn. Gotta give a little jab to my parents. Sometimes I be talking to my mom and dad and they don't want to learn nothing. Hey guys, invest in this crypto. It can really do some stuff to you, and invest $1 into it because I don't get it. So I see that's the chain that I need to break with this little branch of our little chain with my mom and dad. This is what I need to fix right now. I'm not going to let this go on for generations and generation and generation. You feel me? It's like, but even my grandma, sure, she doesn't understand it, and she doesn't need to be investing in crypto. But she'd be like, okay, so that's just digital money. Oh, I don't really get it, but it is kind of interesting. If you know what you're doing with it, then more power to you. There you go. I tell my parents about it, they'd be like, oh, that's cool. And I'd be like, okay, come on. There's a little bit more that you can do now. Y'all have the finances. Y'all got all that money to be spending on the stuff that y'all be buying. You can invest a couple $100 here and there as well. You see what I'm saying? But anywho, you do have to question your parents as well, though. Question your parents, question your predecessors, question your uncles, your aunties, whoever has been in your life since you have been a kid, you have been learning from. So then you need to start asking them questions, and you will see how defensive some of your parents get, how defensive some of your predecessors get. When you ask them stuff, well, uncle, and this isn't a particular uncle in my life, I'm just throwing out examples. Uncle, you said women are bad and terrible. Yes, yeah, they're all stupid, they're all here for your money. Okay, but if they're all bad, why did you keep getting with them? Oh, well, you see, you see my example. So these are the people that you've been learning from your entire time. Now, you don't have to judge them and be like, see, okay, so my uncle was just a scumbag and he's blaming women for his mistakes. Okay, I get it now. So you don't have to judge him, because sometimes you can't teach an old dog new tricks, but instead of judging him, you be like, okay, I see now. And now I learned why he's in that situation. However, I'm going to make sure that if that happens, I'm not going to turn into that bitter old man. You don't have to judge him. Just take the essence from it and keep it moving. Hey, grandma, grandpa, hey, uncle, auntie, hey, mom, dad, why are we insert religion here? Because the way of blah, 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 and such said, okay, yeah, but why are we that? You're telling me the rules that we've been taught to say. That's the pre-recorded message that we're supposed to say. But I'm saying, what is your connection with such and such? Well, I don't want to say a specific deity, but such and such is the way, and blah, blah, blah. That answer doesn't suffice for me as my own individual living my life. I might come back around, but right now, that's not an answer that makes sense to me. You're just giving me the same answer that they've been teaching us to say, instead of you telling me as an individual why you chose this spiritual belief, this religious belief. You know what I'm saying? Another one, it's like, why do we keep up the pulled pork business? Because I used to love pulled pork back in the day. The pulled pork sandwiches, oh, I used to love those. But at the same time, why do we keep this business up if we're learning of what these ingredients do? Oh, because it tastes good, and this has been in the family tree for the family. We've been passing it down from generation to generation. Big Bubbles Pork Shop. You know what I'm saying? Whatever. Pulled pork sandwiches. And it's like, yeah, but you're doing it just because your predecessors have been doing it. But we now know what meat does to the body. We now know what sugar does to the body. So, I'm not here to destroy the business. Go do what you do. Those sandwiches taste delicious. But I've learned that this and this happens, and when that gets into your body, this causes all those types of things. Well, you out there being that weird vegan, and this and that, and blah, 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 blah. Well, this is just the life path that I chose. We're all on the family tree. This is just my branch. I'm connected to y'all. I'm not ashamed of it. I'm just the one that chose to go do something different. Y'all can pass this down to the little brother. Pass this down to your nephew. The niece. They can handle it. If they want to do it, then give it to them. I got to go over here, though. You know what I'm saying? Because I see this. You're going to be complaining about the diabetes and the high blood pressure, but you're literally making the diabetes and the high blood pressure every single day as your business, because it was passed down to you, and now you feel this unnecessary need of responsibility to keep it going. So I'm also going to question you on that. Why are you doing what you're doing? A lot of your parents don't have the answer to that question. Why did you do what you were doing? You don't ask me that. You are my child, and you don't ask me those types of questions. You're my parent. You're supposed to answer my questions. You are supposed to be my teacher, are you not? Well, with me being the student, I have questions that you can't answer. And the answer that you gave me doesn't resonate with me, doesn't sit well with me. It's like, that's just the way I get down. And we should, yes, like I said, respect our elders, but question them as well, because you will see the limiting beliefs that they have been passing down. You will see the limiting beliefs that are contributing to the generational curses that you are going to be doomed to if you don't ask the proper questions. You know what I mean? Think about it back in school. The main reason why I hated school so much, and I'm still not a big proponent for public schooling, is because, when I asked I was a smart ass in high school, but I was also a very studious, curious individual. So when I asked, questions as teachers, and they said, I don't know, we're just going to move on. I said, we'll borrow that question. We'll figure that one out later. And we never revisit it. I'm like, you are a teacher. Teach. I have questions, and every time I ask you a question, you open up the book. You go, hey, so I don't really understand why you use that variable there. If we're looking for this, why can't I just do it like this? Well, it says here that we're supposed to, wait, so are you the teacher or is this the teacher? You know, it's like, oh, and like when you get into it, you know, once again, it's like my mom used to be a teacher and I saw her making her lesson plans. They have a curriculum that has to be approved. So they can only teach you what they're allowed to teach you anyway. This is what people that like are such, no, all my kids are going to school and they're going to get good grades. What do those grades even mean? Let me ask you, parents that say, oh, your kids have to go to school and they have, why? Let me ask you, parent that's so big on having your kids having good grades and your kids bring back bad grades. Why are you mad that they have bad grades? Because that shows that they're not doing well in class. Okay, they're not doing well in class, but let me ask you, parent that went through the same school system as them. How many protons are in iron? What is the difference between a population, a community, and an ecosystem? Please define those for me. What is the Pythagorean theorem? Let's go very simple. What is the Pythagorean theorem? Sine, cosine, tangent. Please tell me what any of those are. Wait. So you don't even know what those are, parent, that's like pressing your child to get these good grades. But then you that was trying so hard to get the same good grades can't even use the information that you were striving so hard to achieve. To get all those good grades, you had to learn a whole bunch of bullshit that you can't even retain now. But now you're pressuring your child to do these things for something that you yourself don't even remember. So why are you pressing? Well, that gets them into a good school. Okay, for those of you that went into college, go ahead and tell me what you wrote your junior year paper on. You probably don't even remember what you did. Let's say, so your degree was in, let's just say mathematics, and you are working as a daycare person now. Once again, I'm not judging that. I'm just saying, you know, you went to school for this degree and you're not even using it yourself. So why is it that you're guiding your child down that same path? Because it seems like if you guide them down that path, they're going to end up like you. So do you want your kid to be like you, or do you want them to be better than you? And if you want them to be better than you, then maybe you should teach them some of the things that you regret right now. You know, and say, I know we're going off on a little tangent here, but let me go tell y'all what kind of started the snowball on my mind. Is I've been delving into like a different like a new venture where it's like a Twitch video game streaming and stuff. And I got into one of my rants last night where I was putting kids on game, or like younger individuals on game. I was like, look, you can walk wherever path you want, but one of the things that y'all need to learn is entrepreneurship. You know, and say, what college do you need for some of that? Now, if you want to be an engineer, lawyer, doctor, that type of stuff, then okay, yeah, college is very important. You need to get the right stuff for that. But if you just know that you just want to be a gamer, if you know you just want to do this, then go get you some free classes online. Go get you some $100, $200 coursework instead of paying thousands and thousands of dollars to go get the same education over here that a few certifications can get you. My current job, I can do my job by getting a $300 certification course. Why did I go to college for that? That's just being fiscally responsible. But you have to go to college. Why? Because you as a parent, one of the things your parents don't want to tell you about is they want you to go to college so they can tell their friends that, oh, my son and daughter went to Yale. My son and daughter went to... That's what it really boils down to. So, oh, wasn't your child in school? So what happened to that? They dropped out to go start their own business. Yeah, I don't really like talking about it too much. You see, like the level of shame that comes from that. That's what a lot of parents. I can't speak for all parents, but that's what they're afraid of, to have that dropout child. And then you find out, like there was like a particular clip I was watching. There was like a kid that was streaming. He got a $5,000 donation, and he was like, "See, I got a $5,000 donation, Mom. I can go buy me a car." And then I guess the backstory behind it but it was kind of weird. It was kind of personal, but like, nevertheless, he's like, aren't you proud that I didn't go to college now? That was kind of a weird question for the kid. I will be fully honest. But like, nevertheless, he was like, it's like, look how much money I'm making without going to college. I'm following my dream. I'm following my passion. I'm living my life. And the mom had nothing to do with it. She hung up on him. And I was like, ooh. Everyone was like, yo, like, this man is making more money than the path that he was going to go down anyway. and you're still not proud because he didn't get that degree. Why? Why do you send us to college anyway? It's like, because we get the degree because it gets us a good job. But if we found that good job that pays all of our bills and provides for us, taking a different route, why are you so embarrassed by that? Because of the esteem that comes with my child graduated college, because that's the world that they live in. I say all of that to say that's why you have to ask these questions, young people, if not older people, to your parents. Because then you'll quickly realize that you're living their dreams out, not your own. You know, it's like my parents, they get on me sometimes, particularly my mom. Love you, Mom. But, you know, we got to teach the world from my experiences. You know, it's like whenever I down corporate America, you always down corporate America and blah, blah, blah. Yes, because this isn't what I want to be doing with my life. Everything that I do outside of my day is what I want to be doing with my life. And that's why I spend a lot more of my mental time doing that, making these videos for the world, you know, doing Twitch, making art, you know, type of stuff. That's what I love doing because it's helping the world. How am I helping the world? Punching a time clock every day, answering emails that have nothing to do with me. You know, they're just nothing but millionaire clients that then I can't even talk to the public about. Hey, I know that we've been doing construction behind your house for the last 4 months, and it's been messing up your sleep and all this type of stuff, and you're really wondering why. But I can't answer the questions because we have non-disclosure agreements, and we can't talk about this with you. But here's the number. When I have all the answers in my head, this world that I'm living in, where I'm open and I just want to tell everybody everything, it's like I can't. Because of a piece of paper that my company signed that says I can't talk about this because we have a high profile client and we have to keep things quiet. Is that the world that I want to live? It's like as open and honest as I am on this channel, on my Twitch, with my art. You know what I'm saying? It's like, that's the life I want to live. And then my 9 to 5 is me having to be living life in secrecy, doing a whole bunch of stuff, answering, talking to people I don't want to talk to, people that don't match my energy, my frequency and vibration. I have to spend all of my time with. Is that the life that you want for your children, parents out there? Well, you gotta do it. I don't want my child listening to you. All right, whatever. Keep on blocking them off from their happiness because you're projecting the way that you want them to live on them. If they don't live the way that you want them to live, then they're a failure in your eyes. Now, I'm not saying that's how my parents are. My parents are very supportive, but we do have these little roadblocks from time to time. You know what I'm saying? But that's just the way that everything is. This is a new generation. Y'all just got to accept that, our elders out there, but young people too. Just because you're doing your own thing and you're going to do it regardless of what your parents say, you should still respect them. Now, there is that nice little middle ground here, though. If you're pursuing your dreams and your parents are not supporting you, they keep on downing you, they keep disrespecting you, then, hey, I'll see you at Christmas. I'll see you at Thanksgiving. We can make it awkward. We can have a great time. But I still love you. You're my parents, and I'm grateful to you. But if y'all gonna keep acting like that, y'all gonna have a minimal role in my life. I still love y'all. Y'all gave me life. And I had to have that conversation with my parents. You know what I'm saying? It's like, that's why I'm speaking this to y'all. It's like, we are the youth now. We are the future. We are the world. We are the future. Pretty much, though. And if we are the world and we are the future and we don't like the way that things are now, we have nothing but y'all, our parents, to look at. Y'all set this world up for us. Don't get me wrong. There's some other things with us young folk that we don't quite agree with. But nevertheless, you know, it's just like we have to learn to work together. You know, parents, get out of that old way of thinking. College is a scam. If you are not going to be a lawyer, a doctor, engineer, medical profession, something like that, college is a scam. It really is. There are so many different fields out here that y'all simply aren't even aware of that are very lucrative that do not need a college degree. I'm just being real with you. I'm not here to tell kids not to go to college, not to do well in school, because these are supposed to be times screw the grades. These are the times to be developing very good habits. If you're stuck in this situation, then develop good habits now. So when you get that piece of paper, that receipt, call a degree at the end of it, then you can be like, okay, I got this piece of paper. I made mom and dad happy. Now I'm going to go do what I want to do. You know what I'm saying? You have to really think about this as well. And I'm going to end this off here. A lot of you parents, a lot of you grandparents, uncles, aunties, whatever, you're judging us kids for not going to college. But you have to think about it like this. We spend 20-something years of our lives getting educated on a whole bunch of stuff that y'all can't even remember. K through 12. That's 12 plus years of education, and you can't remember none of it. You just remember your ABCs and basic math. So why are you pressing that so hard on us? You know? There's so many old things that we're phasing out of as young people. We might come back around, but stop limiting us because you yourself have gotten complacent. You know, I'm just being the voice for the young people. But then, me being a respectful young man, and I have such a great relationship with my grandparents, I'm like, wait a minute now, young people, make sure you take the time out to give your grandparents some love, because if it wasn't for them, you wouldn't exist. Give your parents some love. Just like shoot them a text and call them from time to time. Tell them, hey, I'm just calling. How you doing? You know? And if they appreciate that or not, you did your part. And then if they appreciate it, then cool. You're forming that bond. You're keeping that bond strong between your family. But then if they don't respect the way that you live in your life, hey, I'm just giving you a call. All right, bye. You know, very simple. And you put all that energy towards what you want to be doing with your world. So I know some parents are going to get their feathers ruffled with some of the stuff I was saying. You know what I'm saying? But you know, it is what it is. I feel like I'm in that middle ground. Like you're almost becoming like middle age. You know, like I'm 27 right now, but like I have the old soul and I can see both sides of the fence now. You know? And it's just like we need to gather respect back, because respect is something that just no longer exists anymore. You know, we don't allow people, we don't respect each other's decisions anymore. You know, you can agree and disagree, but why are you trying to implant yourself so busy into some other people's worlds? Respect one another. Stop letting everything be so polarizing. You know, everything is either like water or fire, left or right, up or down. It's like, you do realize there's these gray areas, right? Even on the compass, there's north and south, west and east, but then there's like those lines in the middle. You know what I'm saying? Then we got northwest, you know, northeast, southwest, southeast, you know what I'm saying? North, northwest. There's so many degrees of expression. Why do you have to pick a side? Let people rock. Let people do what they do. People are going to make the right decision. People are going to make the wrong decision at certain times. Let people make their own decisions. Let people make their own life choices. In that decision, in that way, then hopefully there's this personal accountability involved. That's a whole nother skill that us young people are lacking. But nevertheless, it's like if people are personally accountable, I made my decisions and this is what happened. You know, and then at the end of the day, it's only up to them to make those decisions for themselves. You know what I'm saying? You guys, the elders, are our anchor. You are our roots. You are in our family tree. You know, I was about to end it off here, but there's like another point I wanted to bring up real quick. You know, it's like a lot of people have dreams, crazy dreams. When you go to bed at night, you have dreams. And a lot of them be like, yo, what was that? Like, was that like a past life? Some of that could have been ancestral memories. Your ancestors are up here trying to talk to you 90% of the time, and you are too blocked off from your spiritual world because you've been taught that that's conspiracy, that's hippy dippy world. You don't want to be like them. They're losers. They're freeloaders, all that type of stuff. Okay, whatever, you know. But then all these downloads that are trying to come into you, you're blocking up. Freaking, it could be your cousin from 10 generations ago. Hey yo, cuz, I see what you doing. Hey yo, let me talk to you. This is weird. I taught those. These are demons, devil. And it's like, yeah, yo, why he keep plugging his ears every time I try to talk to him? He's not ready to hear you yet. He's been taught that the voices that he hears in the back of his head are bad all of the time. Damn, I'm telling him not to go hang out with those dudes. How's that bad? Hey, it's just the way it is down there. All right, I'll give him signs. Here you go. Oh, he got that one. Oh, he paid attention to that. Okay, let's just do this. Okay, I guess I'll suffice with giving him breadcrumbs when I could give him the whole damn loaf of bread. But okay, I'll just keep giving him the breadcrumbs. Here you go, cuz. Here you go, little nephew. Here you go, great grandson. Here you go. And it's like, but we've been taught blah 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 based off of the limiting beliefs of our predecessors. You know, it's like I'm wearing rocks on my neck now. You know what I'm saying? It's like I'm living my truth every single day. Sometimes I make the right decision, sometimes I make the wrong one. But nevertheless, I have personal accountability and I make my own way. It's like I get downloads from above. My parents have been, my mom especially has been the super spiritual one. My dad don't know what the hell we talking about half the time. You know what I'm saying? But like nevertheless, it's like I use them as my frame of reference. Stay grounded, but stay connected to the spiritual. That's why I'm very grateful for my parents. You know what I'm saying? There's like they're the physical and the spiritual all in one. You know, and that's why I picked my parents. You know? But nevertheless, that's the kind of like the spiritual thing with that. You know, pay attention to those little ringing in your ears some of y'all been experiencing. Yeah, there's a reason for that. That's not tinnitus. I mean, it could be, you know what I'm saying? But like, you know, it's like, I'm not here to give health advice. But nevertheless, it's just like, you just got to make your own path. And when you make your own path, like, it's like, you know, when you're walking your own path, man, people are going to look at you crazy at certain points. If people aren't looking at you crazy at some point in your life, then you ain't living life right. Very simple. You know, it's like, for example, with me walking my own path, I went without food and water for a full week. People were looking at me like I was crazy. Good. I say I got two little entities in here. I'm not saying I got like completely split personalities. I know I probably misspoken with that one, but like they're like the two aspects of me that I vary in between from time to time. You know, oh, he's crazy. He said he has a demon in his head. Oh my gosh, good. You know what I'm saying? It's like, now your crazy is different from my crazy. You know what I'm saying? Some of y'all go, you know, skydiving, you throw the chute and you see if you can like catch it and then put it on. I've seen that little stunt thing. Hey, you living your life though. You know, it's like some of you are like, you know, making some computer program that people right now will say is completely useless, has no use for it. Oh, we don't need this. This is dumb. And then 2, 5 years, 10 years later, hey, so what were you saying? That's what happens when you follow your purpose. We are all living our own individual lives, and we need to stop trying so hard to fit into the mold that has been created for us. You know, I'm all about individual expression. I'm all about living your own truth. And that's all I wanted to get across in this video. You know, and I know I've tried to end this video like 6 times, but the words just kept coming out. So respect your elders, because you're only here because of them, young people. But on the same time, don't be afraid to question them either. Because where they don't have answers for you is where you can see where the limiting beliefs truly reside. And you can be the one to fix them. So with that being said, before I go down a whole nother tangent, I'm going to go ahead and end this off here. Till the next one, y'all. Peace.